Grand Rising, my beautiful kings and queens. It's your girl Mell live on Lux Radio Network, where every sunrise is a celebration of purpose, power, and possibility. Today is Women in Business Wednesday, and we're lifting up the visionaries, the builders, and the boundary breakers who turn strategy into legacy. Whether you're running your own lane or just planting the seeds, this morning is for you. So grab your coffee, center your crown, and let's get into it. Headlines, horoscopes, health tips, and a spotlight on women who mean business. Because here, we don't just start the day, we set the tone. All right, everyone, our affirmation of the day is I am the blueprint, the breakthrough, and the brand. Today, I honor my vision, my voice, and the value I bring. I build with purpose, lead with grace, and rise with intention. Every move I make is rooted in legacy. All right, and our word of the day is catalyst, which means a person or thing that sparks change, accelerates progress, and ignites transformation. So, for instance, a true woman in business isn't just a leader, she's a catalyst. She shifts the room, the rhythm, and the results. Our slang word of the day is tea, slang for gossip, truth, or juicy information. Like I got that tea. You hear that all the time on those reality shows. All right, so on to our news headlines today. I'm going to make them short. Some of this stuff I can't even pronounce. And I am not finna mess up words today. Not like it's not any other day I don't mess up words, but all right, New York, we have the M42 was named the city's slowest bus route in the annual Pokey Awards. And the Q8 was cited as the most reliable. Mayor-elect Zoran Mandani has begun announcing his first administration appointments, naming Dean Fluihan as his first deputy mayor and Ellie Church as his chief of staff. Los Angeles, an off-duty Los Angeles Police Department Officer Bailey Magana, died over the weekend after being involved in a fatal crash in Santa Clarita. Oh my. Local police are also investigating a grand theft incident in Glendale where a thief reportedly sold $10,000 worth of high-end clothing from a resale store. That's their news this morning. In Chicago, we have the Department of Homeland Security, DHS, responded to a recent report suggesting that a number of federal immigrant agents may be leaving Chicago amid criticisms traded online by Governor Pritzker and Chief Bovino. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy warned of major slowdowns at O'Hare International Airport as thousands of travelers continue to face significant flight cancellations. Atlanta, flight disruptions continue to plague Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta Airport, which require FAA flight reductions due to the government shutdown being exacerbated after air traffic controller shortages and recent thunderstorms. An audit also revealed that the city has spent only 15% of the $660 million in infrastructure funds that voters have previously approved. In Houston, the Supreme Court has extended an order that temporarily blocks the full disbursement of SNAP food assistance payments, with the order set to expire just before midnight tonight. On a positive note, a local rescue group is running a successful program that pairs rescued German Shepherds with military veterans in need of companionship and support. Washington, D.C., the most pressing current news is the aftermath of the recent government shutdown. The Senate passes a funding package in a 60-40 vote to end the shutdown late Monday night. The deal now moves to the House of Representatives for passage. Well, we'll keep our eye on that one. Miami. On the sports front, the Miami Hurricanes football team continues their strong recruiting streak, recurring 3 new commitments in as many days. And the upcoming memorial closure are planned for Wednesday to honor a fallen Miami Beach police officer, which will include a formal procession. In Tampa, the Tampa Bay area experienced a record-breaking cold snap on Tuesday morning, breaking a 133-year-old record for the lowest temperature ever recorded on that date. In lighter news, a video captured a Florida alligator aggressively popping out of a pond and charging at a surprised fisherman. In Florida, I can see it. Tarpon Springs, good morning, Dad. The city has approved the development of a boutique hotel downtown, a move designed to boost local growth and attract more visitors in the area. Tarpon Springs is also preparing to host its 37th annual seafood festival, which will feature various contests, live music, and a large selection of food. The city recently earned the 2024 Tree City USA Growth Award for its commitment to urban forestry. Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Good morning, Reed. The Brewers manager, Pat Murphy, was officially named the 2025 National League Manager of the Year. And in separate and significant legal actions, a man named Tremonte Kirk was sentenced to 35 years in prison for a Milwaukee assault case. Jackson, Mississippi. Jackson schools are receiving attention for an innovative new program designed to tackle the ongoing teacher shortage within the district. And a new piece of highlighted Southern recipes A new piece highlighted several Southern recipes perfect for gathering, including dishes from biscuits to bourbon pie. Bourbon pie. Ugh, that sounds disgusting. Canada, Vancouver. The most recent and relevant news is the general national headline. The Bank of Canada recently reported that the country faces a significant risk of a recession over the next 6 months, according to a majority of financial leaders surveyed. Toronto, a 23-year-old member of the Royal Canadian Legion, is advocating for more young people to join the organization to ensure its future. And the Toronto Septress star Natalie Spooner is aiming to return for her MVP from this season now that she has a clean bill of health. Excuse me. Jamaica, bless up Jamaica. An 18-year-old woman, nope, not reading that one. Sorry. Videos have shown the widespread devastation and destruction across Jamaica after the passage of the Category 5 storm Hurricane Melissa. A father and daughter who were flying to aid in the reliefs for Jamaica were unalived in a Florida plane crash on their way there. Sorry to hear that. Everyone wants to help. Rest in peace. Montego Bay. Montego Bay's Mayor Richard Vernon recently spoke on the profound impact of Hurricane Melissa on the city, noting that the storm caused massive destruction. The mayor stated that their immediate priority has been to ensure that there are no casualties or loss of life in the Montego Bay area. Reports indicate that Montego Bay was severely hit by the hurricane that any other major tourist destination in Jamaica. More than. Ocho Rios, the Carnival cruise line ship, the Carnival Horizon, made a relief call to Ocho Rios to deliver thousands of hurricane aid supplies for the Hurricane Melissa relief efforts. They delivered items including bottled water, baby food, diapers, and canned goods, which were offloaded with the assistance of the Jamaica Tourism Cares Task Force. Carnival Corporation partnered with the Miami Heat and the Arison Family Foundation to donate $1 million to direct relief to support the island's recovery. In Negril, Jamaica is racing against time to fully reopen its crucial tourism industry after Hurricane Melissa caused widespread damage. While many destinations were affected, reports from the tourism minister indicate that Negril is in relatively good nick compared to other areas like Montego Bay. The island has established a full opening timeline for the destination for December 15th and is prioritizing the restoration of housing and utilities for tourism workers. Cayman Islands. The newest hotel in the Cayman Islands, 1GT, has appointed two Caymanians to the leadership team ahead of its scheduled official opening this winter. London taxis were recently decorated with vacay branding for a major international travel industry event to promote the islands. However, cruise ship arrivals have been affected as several vessels have bypassed Grand Cayman in order to avoid the path of Hurricane Melissa. Bahamas. Bohemian police recently, sorry about that. Two Carnival Cruise Line passengers in separate drownings incidents happened while swimming at the company's new Bahamas resort. The Senate also recently confirmed former football star Herschel Walker to serve as the U.S. ambassador to the Bahamas. Nigeria. A recent World Bank report found that only 44% of total social benefits currently reach poor Nigerians. Separately, a video emerged showing a public clash between the military officer and Governor White over alleged land grabbing in Abuja. Okay. I apologize. My news has gotten confused here and a little mixed up. Ghana. Parliament is being urged by a member to demand the submission of the controversial lithium deal for a complete review. And President Mahama recently launched a new U.S. $150 million solar park that is backed by the International Finance Corporation. Okay, on to the weather today. New York will be cloudy during the day, becoming partly cloudy at night, with a high of 48 and a low of 37. Los Angeles will be cloudy during the day, clearing to mostly clear conditions at night. 71 will be the high and 56 will be the low. Chicago, sunny conditions during the day, becoming cloudy overnight, with a high of 50 and a low of 37. Atlanta, sunny throughout the day, followed by clear skies at night. 63 would be the high and 38 will be the low. Houston, sunny during the day with a clear skies persisting overnight with a high of 79 and a low of 58. Washington, D.C., partly cloudy during the day and night, a high of 60 and a low of 40. Miami, cloudy conditions throughout both the day and night, high of 73, low of 61. Tampa, partly sunny during the day, turning clear with periodic clouds at night. High of 69 and a low of 39. Tarpon Springs, partly sunny in the day, becoming clear with periodic clouds overnight, with a high of 66 and a low of 42. Milwaukee, Wisconsin, sunny conditions during the day, followed by clear skies at night, with a high of 49 and a low of 35. Jackson, Mississippi, sunny during the day with clear skies expected overnight, a high of 62 and a low of 43. Vancouver, cloudy most of the day with a high of 64 and a low of 48. Toronto, a mix of rain and snow during the day, turning to light snow overnight. Ooh, the S word. You guys gotta have a high of 44 and a low of 35. Kingston, shattered thunderstorms in the day, becoming partly cloudy at night with a high of 82 and a low of 72. Montego Bay, scattered thunderstorms during the day and partly cloudy conditions overnight, high of 82 and a low of 77. Ocho Rios, scattered thunderstorms expected during the day, followed by a partly cloudy conditions at night, high of 79 and low of 75. Negril, mostly cloudy during the day, becoming partly cloudy overnight, high of 84 and a low of 80. Cayman Islands, heavy thunderstorms are expected both during the day and overnight, with a high of 82 and a low of 80. Bahamas, mostly cloudy conditions are expected during the day, followed by cloudy skies overnight, with a high of 75 and a low of 70. Nigeria, sunny during the day, followed by partly cloudy conditions at night, with a high of 88 and a low of 67. And Ghana, partly sunny in the day, with a partly cloudy skies expected overnight, with a high of 96 and a low of 75. All right, now on to our sports. Although there were no NFL games overnight, Thursday night football will be the Jets versus the Patriots at 7 p.m. on Prime. In the NBA overnight scores from last night, we have the Raptors over the Nets, 119 to 105. The Knicks over the Grizzlies, 133 to 120. Thunder over the Warriors, 126 to 102. The 76ers over the Celtics, 102 to 100. The Jazz over the Pacers, 152 to 128. And the Nuggets over the Kings, 122 to 108. In the NBA tonight, all times are Central Standard Times. We have the Bucks over the Hornets at 6 p.m. The Bulls versus the Pistons at 6 p.m. The Magic and the Knicks at 6 p.m. The Grizzlies and the Celtics at 6:30 p.m. The Cavaliers and the Heat at 6:30 p.m. The Warriors and the Spurs at 7 p.m. The Washington Wizards and the Rockets at 7 p.m. The Trailblazers and the Pelicans at 7 p.m. The Suns and the Mavericks at 7:30 p.m. The Lakers and the Thunder, 8:30 p.m. The Hawks and the Kings at 9 p.m. and the Nuggets and the Clippers at 9:30. All right, on to our daily feature featuring Women in Business Wednesday. Today, we shine the spotlight on two unstoppable women who turned personal trials into global triumphs. First, we have Laverne Gordon, founder of the Love Life Now Foundation, transformed her survival story into a movement for domestic violence awareness, proving that healing can be a platform, not just a finish line. And we also have Tiffany Alashay. I'm sorry, that's not how you pronounce that. Is not how you pronounce her name. Hopefully I didn't mess it up too bad. She is known as the Budgetnista. She went from a preschool teacher to financial powerhouse, helping millions of women rewrite their money stories with clarity, confidence, and community. These women didn't just rise, they built ladders for others to climb. And today we honor their brilliance, their grit, and the legacy they're still writing. So Miss Laverne Gordon, once again, like I said, she's the founder of Love Life Now Foundation. She is a domestic violence survivor turned global advocate. After enduring abuse and witnessing it as a child in Trinidad, she transformed her pain into purpose, founding the Love Life Now Foundation to raise awareness and offer resources to those in need. It was founded in 2011. It offers workshops, referrals, and community events, serves 800 plus people annually, and it's not a shelter, but a bridge to safety and healing. Her legacy, she is also the author of The Legacy He Left Me. She has been featured on CBS, NBC, and international platforms. She's been honored by the Boston Celtics as a hero among us, and she uses her pageant platform to amplify domestic violence awareness. Laverne didn't just survive, she built a movement. Her story reminds us that healing is powerful and advocacy is contagious. Tiffany Alashay, the Budgetnista. Tiffany Alashay, known as the Budgetnista, is a former preschool teacher turned award-winning financial educator, best-selling author, and legislative changemaker. Her mission, to help women live richer lives without shame, confusion, or debt. The Budgetnista brand, Live Richer movement, over 2 million women have saved $350 million plus and paid off 200 million plus in debt through her programs. Live Richer Academy, a digital platform teaching budgeting, saving, credit repair, and investing. Her books, Get Good with Money, a New York Times bestseller, The 1 Week Budget, and Happy Birthday, Molly Moore, which is a children's book. She has a podcast with a co-host of Brown Ambition, a Webby Award-winning show on money and career growth. Her impact in legislator, she's a legislator. She co-wrote and passed the Budgetnista Law, a New Jersey law A 1414, mandating financial education in all New Jersey middle schools. She's a trailblazer, the first Black woman to appear solo on the cover of Money magazine in February 2021. And from her media endeavors, she's been featured on Good Morning America, The Today Show, CNN, in Forbes, Essence, and more. Tiffany turned budgeting into a movement. She didn't just teach women how to save, she taught them how to reclaim their power. Congratulations, ladies. All right, on to our book club. We are on Law 36 of the 48 Laws of Power. We're almost done with this book, y'all. So Law 36, disdain things you cannot have. Ignoring them is the best revenge. This law teaches that indifference is a strategic weapon, especially when dealing with minor provocations, unattainable desires, or people who thrive on attention. So when you can't have something or someone tries to provoke you, don't chase, don't react, ignore them. By refusing to engage, you maintain control, preserve your dignity, and avoid giving power to distractions or enemy. Why it works? Attention gives power. Responding to petty insults or unattainable goals makes them seem more important than they really are. Indifference is strength. When you ignore what you can't control, you appear emotionally mature and unbothered. Avoid escalations. Engaging with small problems can magnify them. Silence often dissolves drama. All right, so in conflicts, if someone beneath you tries to bait you, don't respond. Your silence is a power move. In desire, if you can't attain someone, act as if you never wanted it. This protects your image and redirects your energy. And in mistakes, don't over-explain or defend errors. A calm pivot can be more powerful than a defensive reaction. All right, on to our cause of the day. All right, our cause of the day is called Derkham's Disease Awareness. It's when pain has no name, we speak it anyway. What is Derkham's disease? It's also known as, okay, y'all give me a moment, I'm gonna mess this up. Adiposis dolorosa. I know I didn't say that right. Or Derkham's disease. It's a rare chronic condition marked by the growth of fatty or painful fatty tumors or lymphomas beneath the skin. It primarily affects women between 35 and 50, especially those who are postmenopausal and living with obesity, but it can occur in anyone regardless of body type. So the symptoms of Derkham's disease is more than just lumps. It's a full body experience. Common symptoms include multiple painful lymphomas, especially on the trunk, arms, and legs, chronic fatigue and weakness, brain fog, memory issues, and difficulty concentrating, depression, anxiety, and emotional instability, swelling, stiffness, and joint pain, and sleep disturbances and headaches. Pain may be constant or comes in waves, and it often worsens with movement or pressure. So, prevention and diagnosis. There is no known prevention, as the exact cause remains unclear. Theories include an autoimmune dysfunction, hormonal or nervous system imbalances, and genetic predispositions. Some cases run in families. Diagnosis is clinical, based on symptoms and ruling out other conditions like fibromyalgia or lipedema. Imaging like MRIs or ultrasounds may help, but many patients go undiagnosed for years. So treatment and management, there is no cure, but symptoms can be managed through pain relief, NSAIDs, nerve pain meds, lidocaine, or corticosteroids. Surgical options, lymphoma removal or liposuction with caution, lifestyle support, anti-inflammatory diets, gentle movements like, for instance, yoga or swimming, and mental health care. Alternative therapies are acupuncture, hypnosis, and biofeedback may help some patients. So resources and more information, there's the Derkham Society, which is peer-reviewed info, patient guides, and community support can be located online at derkhams.org. There's the National Human Genome Research Institute, which is online at genome.gov. And WebMD overview. Everybody knows WebMD. So you can put in your symptoms and they will give you treatment options and other patient stories to discuss with your doctor. All right, today in history, we have in 1954, Ellis Island closes its doors. After processing over 12 million immigrants since 1892, Ellis Island officially shut down an immigration station. It now stands as a museum honoring the immigrant experience. In 1799, first recorded meteor shower in North America. Astronomer Andrew Ellicott witnessed the Leonids meteor shower off the Florida Keys, describing the sky as illuminated with sky rockets. This became the first documented meteor shower in U.S. history. In 1969, investigative journalist Seymour Hersh exposed the U.S. Army's role in the My Lai massacre, where over 100 Vietnamese civilians were unalived. The report shifted public opinion on the Vietnam War and sparked global outrage. And in 2014, the European Space Agency's Philae lander became the first spacecraft to land on a moving comet, marking a major milestone in space exploration. All right, and African American history today. In 1941, the National Negro Opera Company was founded. Madame Lillian Evanti, a trailblazing soprano and international performer, established the National Negro Opera Company, NNOC, in Washington, D.C. NNOC gave Black artists a stage to perform operas that reflected their culture and talent. It toured nationally, including performances in Pittsburgh, New York, and Chicago. The company helped launch the careers of many Black classical musicians and vocalists. Who was Leilani Ivanti? She was born in 1890. She was the first African American to perform with a European opera company. She sang in 5 different languages and was celebrated in France, Italy, and the US. Her legacy lives on as a pioneer who used her voice to open doors for generations. All right, our African American inventors of the day. We have Elijah McCoy. His invention was automatic lubrication system for steam engines. McCoy patented a device that automatically oiled train engines while they ran, eliminating the need for manual stops. His invention was so effective that engineers began asking for the real McCoy, a phrase still used today to mean authentic or high quality. He held over 50 patents, mostly related to lubrication and mechanical systems. He kept the trains running and the legacy rolling. Secondly, we have Dr. Thomas Mensah. His invention, fiber optics and nanotechnology advancement. A Ghanaian American engineer who helped commercialize fiber optic technology, enabling high-speed internet and global communications. He also contributed to laser-guided weapon systems and nanotechnology in aerospace. He holds 7 U.S. patents and is a founding figure in smart manufacturing and AI-driven engineering. He wired the world and launched the future. And last, we have Alexander Miles. His invention, automatic elevator doors. Miles patented the mechanism that automatically opened and closed elevator doors, improving safety and efficiency. Before his invention, elevator shafts were often left exposed, causing fatal accidents. His design became the blueprint of modern elevators. He closed the gap between danger and innovation. And one last one, we have Benjamin Montgomery. Invention, propeller for shallow water navigation. Born enslaved, Montgomery developed a steam-powered propeller that allowed boats to navigate shallow waters, critical for Southern agriculture and trade. And though denied a patent due to his status, his invention was used commercially. After emancipation, he bought the plantation where he was enslaved and ran it successfully. He turned the tide of invention and ownership. Okay, on to our Back to Roots segment, our African spirituality spotlight. Our theme today is the power of Ashe. What is Ashe? In a Yoruba tradition, Ashe is the divine energy that flows through all things. It's the power to make things happen, to manifest change, and to bless or curse. Ashe is present in spoken words, rituals, nature, and ancestral wisdom. It's similar to concepts like chai in Igbo culture or mana in Polynesian belief, but uniquely African in the rhythm and reference. Why it matters? Before Christianity, African societies had complex spiritual systems rooted in balance, and ancestral connection. I don't know why I'm messing up words today. Stop being so nervous. Ashe reminds us that words carry weight and intentionally shapes reality. It is still used today in Orisha worship, Efe deviation, and African diaspora practices like Santeria and Candomblé. Before the cross, there was a calabash. Before the sermon, there was a chant. Ashe is the breath of our beginnings. Please excuse my tongue twist today. I'm just nervous today. I don't know why. On to our fact or fiction segment. Today, we are learning about the murder of Sam Cooke. Was it a setup or was it self-defense? So it begins when the king of soul was silenced. So the claim is, in 1964, soul legend Sam Cooke was shot and unalived at a Los Angeles motel by a manager who claimed self-defense. But decades later, many believe the story just doesn't add up. Was it a random act or a setup to silence a rising Black mogul? The truth, fact with controversy. Cooke was shot by Bertha Franklin, a hacienda motel manager who claimed he burst into her office half naked and enraged, looking for a woman who had allegedly stolen his clothes. The woman, Elsa Boyer, said she fled Cooke's room fearing assault. The coroner's jury ruled it justifiable homicide, but many, including Cooke's family and fans, never believed the official story. So the conspiracy: Cooke was on the verge of owning his own label and publishing his rights, threatening the white-dominated music industry. He was outspoken about civil rights, close to Malcolm X and Muhammad Ali. No fingerprints were taken, no thorough investigation, and the woman who fled the scene disappeared from public view. So the legacy is Sam Cooke's death remains one of the most mysterious and debated in the music industry. His anthem, "A Change Gonna Come," became a rally cry for justice. So he gave us soul, he gave us power. Then he was gone. Sam Cooke's death still echoes with unanswered questions. All right, on to our tech tip of the day. Pin it like a pro. Mastering your taskbar in Windows 11. So the tip: pin your most used apps for instant access. Stop hunting through menus. Pin your top apps at the taskbar so they're always one click away. So how do you do it? You right-click any app icon from the start menu or your desktop. Select Pin to Taskbar. Drag and reorder icons to match your workflow. And a power move is to hold the Windows key and the number sign to instantly launch the app in that taskbar position. All right, our finance tip of the day is name every dollar. Zero-based budgeting for real control. Give every dollar a job. Instead of guessing where your money went, assign every dollar a purpose before the month begins. That's the power of zero-based budgeting, where income minus expenses equals zero. So how it works: you list your total monthly income, break it down into categories: bills, saving, debt, groceries, fund, etc. Allocate every dollar until there's nothing left unassigned, not even a dollar. Adjust weekly as life happens. Why it works: it builds intentional spending habits, helps eliminate impulse buys and money leaks, makes saving and debt payoff automatic, not accidental. So use apps like You Need a Budget or Every Dollar to track and tweak your plan on the go. If your money's just chilling, it's not working, name every dollar and put it to work. All right, our fun fact of the day is ice cream was once a luxury for the elite. Fact: in the 1700s, ice cream was so rare and expensive that only royalty and the wealthy could afford it. It required ice harvesting, salt preservation, and hand churning, all before refrigeration even existed. George Washington reportedly spent $200 on ice cream in one summer, equivalent to over $6,000 today. Recipes were guarded secrets, and serving it at a party was a major flex. Why is it cool? Ice cream became widely available only in the mid-1800s, thanks to industrialization. Today, it's a global comfort food, but its history is rooted in status, science, and celebration. Before it was a scoop of joy, it was a symbol of power. Ice cream was elite before it was sweet. All right, our fun holiday of the day is today is National Chicken Soup for the Soul Day. So comfort, connection, and the power of story. What it celebrates is today honors the best-selling book series Chicken Soup for the Soul, which began in 1993 and grew into a global movement of heartwarming real-life stories in a celebration of emotional wellness, personal growth, and the simple joy that nurtures the soul, just like a warm bowl of soup. So, a fun fact about it is the original Chicken Soup for the Soul book was actually rejected by over 140 publishers before it even became a bestseller of millions of copies worldwide. Interesting. All right, so our quote of the day is by Alice Walker. Quote, "Don't wait around for other people to be happy for you. Any happiness you got to make yourself." So why this resonates? Pulitzer Prize winning author Alice Walker reminds us that joy is a self-sourced revelation. This quote speaks of self-empowerment, emotional independence, and the beauty of choosing joy even when it's not offered. All right, on to our music and entertainment. Michelle Obama is in conversation with Wesley Morris. So this conversation will take place live in New York City, actually today at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Former First Lady Michelle Obama joins Pulitzer Prize winning critic Wesley Morris for a powerful conversation on Black storytelling, media representation, and cultural legacy. It's going to be hosted by the 92nd Street Y. Tickets include live stream access and part of the Black Voices Amplified series. When Michelle speaks, we listen. Also, we have the Black Forest Film Festival will be in Chicago, Illinois. It's an annual celebration of Black cinema going on through November 16th. The Black Harvest Film Festival continues this week with screenings of independent Black films, documentaries, and shorts from across the genre. It's going to be hosted by Gene Sekel Film Center. Features panels with directors, actors, and producers, and spotlights on emerging voices and untold stories. And also we have the Universal Circus is in Atlanta, GA, from November 12th to the 17th. The Universal Soul Circus blends hip-hop, soul, Caribbean flair, and African dance into a high-energy show that celebrates Black culture. Performers it features performers from over 24 countries. It's known for its interactive vibe and community spirit, and it's touring nationally with stops in all major cities. It's not just a circus, it's a celebration. Universal brings rhythm to the ring. All right, in our celebrity gossip today, we have Keisha Cole and Hunko Spark, romance rumors on stage. R&B singer Keisha Cole and rapper am I saying that right? I don't know who these half of the rappers are today, honestly, and hopefully I'm not saying it wrong, but I probably am. They were spotted sharing a sweet kiss during a live performance, fueling speculation that the two are officially dating. And we have Grammy Award-winning ZA addressed rumors of beef with Nicki Minaj, saying she has no connection to the rapper and prefers to stay out of industry feuds. She also revealed that why she didn't weigh in on the Kendrick Lamar and Drake lyrical battle. Fans praised her for keeping it classy and focused on her music. That's right. Don't get into nothing you ain't involved in you. And Carmelo Anthony beams as his son, Keon, dominates college debut. NBA legend Carmelo Anthony proudly watched his son, Keon Anthony, score 15 points in his first game at Syracuse University, the same school where Mell made history. Keon's performance drew praise for his poise and skill, and Carmelo shared emotional photos and called it a full circus moment. All right, on to our celebrity birthdays. Today we have Tamala Jones, will be 51. She's an actress known for her roles in Booty Call, The Wood, and Castle as a medical examiner. She's a staple in Black Hollywood, praised for her comedic timing and dramatic depth. And Tamala is also an advocate for brain aneurysm awareness, having survived one in her 20s. Also, we have R&B singer Tevin Campbell turns 49 today. He rose to fame in the early 90s with his hits like Can We Talk and I'm Ready. Discovered by Quincy Jones, Tevin became a teen sensation with a voice beyond his years. He's recently returned to the spotlight with live performances and renewed fan love. And we also have NBA star Russell Westbrook turns 37, known for his explosive athleticism and triple-double dominance. Former MVP and current point guard for the Los Angeles Clippers. And off the court, he's a fashion icon and philanthropist, supporting youth through his Why Not Foundation. All right, on to our lifestyle segment. Our soul food recipe today is sweet potato cornbread. That sounds good. Our beverage is apple cider chai cooler. So that's a good combination. All right, our men's health tip, get your vitamin D checked. Low vitamin D can affect mood, testosterone, and immune strength, especially important for men with darker skin or indoor lifestyles. Ask your doctor for a simple blood test and consider supplements if needed. Women's health tip, practice cycle syncing for workouts. Align your fitness routine with your menstrual cycle. Okay, reduce burnout and boost hormonal harmony. Our household chore of the day is curtain cleanse. Take down fabric curtains and wash or steam them clean. Wipe blinds and window sills with vinegar spray to freshen your space and reduce allergens. In relationship advice for couples, use the 2-minute touch rule. Spend at least 2 minutes a day in intentional physical contact. Hug, handhold, or cuddle. It builds intimacy and lowers stress hormones. Now, I don't know about many people, but 2 minutes, I don't think that's long enough. Some people might get mad at that. In friendships, ask for advice, not just support. Invite your friends' wisdom, not just their comfort. What would you do? Open deeper dialogue and mutual respect. He said, no, 2 minutes. That's just not going to work for me. And in family, create a shared playlist. Let each family member add 3 songs to a weekly playlist. Play it during dinner, chores, or just car rides. It builds connection through rhythm and memory. All right, on to our daily horoscope. Now, yesterday, I made reference to retrograde. And anybody that follows horoscopes or is into horoscopes, they know what a Mercury retrograde is. So for the ones that don't know what a Mercury retrograde is, Mercury retrograde is an astrological period when the planet Mercury appears to move backward in the sky. It's an optical illusion, but astrologically is known to disrupt areas ruled by Mercury: communication, travel, technology, planning, and decision-making. So Mercury retrograde for November, it starts November 9th and ends November 29th. So it has 2 phases. So the first phase is called a Sagittarius phase, which is from the 19th to the 18th. The big picture thinking may blur small details, miscommunication in travel, education, and goal setting Overconfidence can lead to missed deadlines or misunderstood intentions. So don't rush the vision, review the map before you leap. The second phase is called Scorpio phase, which is the 18th to the 29th. So what happens during this phase? Our secrets surface, emotions intensify, and past relationships may reappear. Financial entanglements and emotional truths demand clarity. Mercury Kazemi on November 19th brings a movement of insight and revelation. So what to avoid? Signing contracts, starting new projects, buying electronics, or making impulsive decisions. But what to embrace? Revisiting old ideas, reconnecting with past contacts, reflecting on emotional patterns, and editing, reviewing, and refining plans. So a lot of people, when they hear retrograde, they're like, oh man. And usually retrogrades, then people, man, you have a hard time for a retrograde. That's for people that actually believes in this stuff. So, but on to the horoscopes. Aries, you're feeling bold and ready to speak your truth, but pause before reacting. Channel your passion into purposeful action, not impulsive words. Your lucky color today is yellow. Your lucky number is 26. Taurus, emotional debt calls you inward. Express your needs clearly, especially around finances and boundaries. Don't soften your truth to keep peace. Your lucky color today is mustard. Lucky number 43. Gemini, your words carry weight today. Misunderstandings may surface, but there's a chance to be clear. Speak with intention, not reaction. Your lucky color today is navy blue, and your lucky number is 1. Cancer, take a breather. Emotional tension may cloud your judgment. Focus on joy, not jealousy, and lighten the mood at home or work. Your lucky color today is red, and your lucky number is 49. Leo, the moon in your sign urges you to release the need for perfection. Lead with authenticity, not performance. True love doesn't require chasing. Your lucky color today is hot pink, and your lucky number is 20. Virgo, old patterns may resurface. Mercury retrograde stirs domestic tension. Pause before making changes. Use this energy to heal, not repeat. Your lucky color today is magenta, and your lucky number is 12. Libra, you're called to face truths in relationships and finances. Emotional clarity comes through patience and careful communication. Your lucky color today is white, and your lucky number is 7. Scorpio, your intuition is sharp. Use it to navigate financial shifts and emotional revelations. Let go of control and trust the process. Your lucky color today is black, and your lucky number is 13. Sagittarius, you're restless and ready to leap, but Mercury retrograde warns against rushing. Reflect before acting. Your ideas need grounding. Lucky number is 9, and your lucky color is purple. Capricorn, career clarity is coming. You may feel pressure, but your discipline will shine. Avoid overcommitting. Focus on what truly matters. Your lucky color is gray, and your lucky number is 4. Aquarius, social dynamics shift today. A challenge may arise in your circle. Stay calm and choose diplomacy. Your voice carries influence. Your lucky color today is teal, and your lucky number is 11. Pisces, creative energy flows, but emotional waves may distract you. Ground yourself through art, music, or meditation. Let go of what no longer serves. Your lucky color is sea green, and your lucky number is 3. All right, on tomorrow's show will be Throwback Thursday, and I will be spotlighting the Million Woman March. I want at this time to say thank you to our sponsors. Shout out to Bello Burn Hot Sauce. Add some fire to your plate. RAS Herbals, Heal Natural, Live Vibrant, and Clarion Candles, where peace meets scent. All right, in our announcements, I will be announcing Rise of Jamaica. J.A.B Entertainment and Lux Radio Free benefit concert for the relief efforts of for Hurricane Melissa. This concert will be held on November 28th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And once again, like I said, the concert is free. For your free tickets, you must visit luxradio.com and click on the events tab, and it will take you right there to get your free ticket. On our roster for performers, we have them all over the globe, believe it or not. We have Savage Savo, Bad Bobo, Suchi, Rude Vibes, he's from Ghana, Tashina Music, we have B. Nikki, Kennyworth Katrina, Robbie, Michelle Blackwell, Mia Moscato, and King of Clarendon. All these artists will be performing. Please make sure you tune in. It once again is November 28th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on luxradio.com. All right, in closing today we celebrated women who build, brand, and broke barriers. Whether you're pitching a dream, signing a deal, or sketching your next rollout, remember, your vision is valid, your voice is valuable, and your grind is golden. Keep showing up, keep scaling up, and keep rewriting rules, because when women lead, legacies follow. And if they still sleeping on you, wake them up. Show them receipts, results, and a runway walk straight to the bank. So stay bossed up, stay Lux, and straighten your crown. Get them haters something to talk about. Period.